For some reason, the USB ports on the front of my computer don't work the first time that it turns on. And so I have to do like a little morning ritual every single time I turn my computer on because it's midday, I've been thrown all out of whack. It's like, I'm having my second coffee, everything's a little bit wrong. Not too wrong, but you know. It's wrong enough that I'm being thrown off kilter. Isn't it fun when the entire stream in the first 2 minutes is somehow derailed because of technical issues? That's my favorite part of streaming, actually. Many people will say it's the part where they get to interact with their community, where they're lying, and what that really means is they like the part where they get money, which, you know, fair enough. I respect the hustle at the very least. But for me, no, it's the technical problems and going, well, I turned off my computer and I fixed it, and so I guess it's fine. I have learned absolutely nothing new in the time between this stream and the last stream. As usual, I am playing off of knowledge that I gained, I don't know, roughly a year and a half ago, while playing Tekken 7 and going, that'll do. How's Tekken 8 been now that it's been a while since release? It's kind of just like Tekken 7 on steroids, which, I mean, towards the end of Tekken 8's lifespan, I was coming around on Tekken 7 and going, you know what? It's not exactly what I always want, but I still like it. And so I'm kind of fine with it just being Tekken 8, but again, Tekken 7, but again. I think there's way too many opportunities for, like, just mindless turn stealing. And I don't mean like, oh, I hit down forward 2-1 and I got punished for it. You know, I'm not... The recency bias isn't that hard. I mean, like, fucking this button. I think that shit is insane. I think that gives you way too many opportunities to, like, just be like, well, it's my turn now. Why? Because I felt like it. But at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, if it wasn't gonna be heat drive, then it would probably be like these fucking moves. And so it's like, well, is it really that bad, or is it just another option for the thing that we already have? You know? And the answer is, I don't know. Maybe I am right. Maybe I'm a genius. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Whoa, the video essay guy streams? Well, I wouldn't say that. At the moment, I'm the nothing guy. It's been 5 months since the video's come out, and it's looking like it's probably going to take at least like another 2 weeks before the next video is out, which is infuriating. Thankfully, it's on Tekken, which I would imagine is a topic people actually care about. Whether or not they care about Tekken 3 will remain to be seen. But, you know, people love Tekken, and so I would imagine that people will go, yeah, Tekken 3, I'll fucking look at that. But also, I stream like once every 400 years anyway, so I don't think you could say that I stream either. Leon, is Brian a beginner-friendly character? I don't think I would say so, but also at the same time, it's like, I don't really play Brian, and so I can't really, like, answer the question. I will say that, like, he is a character with plenty of bullshit, which you kind of want in a beginner character, if you just want to, like, get in and have some fun. Don't play Kazuya, is what I'm saying. But how easy all of that bullshit is to access, I wouldn't know. I played Kazuya as a beginner in Tekken 7. That is an unfortunate mistake. I think because he's the guy on the, like, front of the box, you would go, like, this guy's really simple. But it would kind of be like if like, Zato was the guy on the cover of Guilty Gear. It's like, he's one of the most complicated characters. But then again, unlike Zato, he's one of the most complicated characters because he got so little, like, dumb shit that he can run. Is Lars a beginner-friendly character? Lars is a beginner-friendly character if you're a fucking moron. I fucking hate that character. Don't play Lars. You can't look at Tekken, look at the fun, engaging neutral that is, like, brought about by simple movement and the ability to cancel one state into another, and go, what if I played the character that just, like, completely circumvented all of that and was trying to live Guilty Gear vicariously through Tekken? Play Lars. Don't play Lars. Play somebody else. Go play Ultimate Storm if you like Lars. That's what I'm saying. Jun is very beginner friendly. Jun is very good as well. I'm hoping that I eventually run into a Jun, because I did, for the first time ever, decide to go through a character and go, how do I block all of this shit? Like, Where can I get punishes? Where can I get openings? Dragunov does that too. Dragunov doesn't do that. Dragunov is real Tekken. Lars is some bullshit. Lars is something else. Also, why am I getting put up with people that have like a 1,000,000 game win streak? What the fuck's happening? I've had like, I played against a Devil Jin earlier that had like a 20 game win streak, and I'm like, how is this even happening? Why are you here? Didn't Balatro get pulled from Steam or something? No, Balatro got pulled from the Nintendo store because Nintendo are children and they cannot distinguish what a good video game is from a game that will never actually go on sale. It got its rating up for no reason. Yeah, I think it just like had the poker adjacent kind of visuals or like theming, and it just went, oh well, you're poker, like the ESRB when you're poker, so we're gonna slap the 18 on you, which doesn't make any sense considering it's like Prominence Poker is on Steam and that's like a 12 plus, and it's like that doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay, this guy is like way too good to be here. Why is he so low down? Somebody get this guy up in rank already. And preferably not me. I don't want to deal with the ego deflation that is losing to this guy's stupid fucking Nina. Even though I wouldn't really necessarily call it a stupid Nina. He's played quite patient, but you know, I don't want to give any Nina players any respect, if I'm being completely honest. Judging by his prowess, this is his secondary character. It is, but it's like, can we shoot him up a little bit earlier, please? I don't know enough about Nina to be completely honest. She's just one of those characters. And this is like kind of like a thing in every Tekken. Every Tekken has like 3 characters like this. Where you're kind of like, you're playing the neutral, they get like one little thing on your block and you're going, one of these moves I have to duck and otherwise I'm just in a blender for the next 20 minutes. Can I ask as a non-Tekken player what's real Tekken to you? See, that's a part of the bit. There is no real Tekken. Real Tekken is like a lie. Tekken is one of those games. Tekken is a kusoge that people have convinced themselves is a respectable video game. It's full of bullshit around every single corner. And like, you're just gonna get knowledge checked for a couple 100 hours. You're gonna have combos that just randomly do more than half your HP out of nowhere. Situations where it's like, I'm plus there, what do I do? And it's like, you just kind of gotta guess. But then there's so many people that play it that it kind of wraps back around to being a real fighting game. Because once somebody finally, after 20 plus years, learns all of the bullshit, there's a video game that is all about neutral underneath it. And it's like, what the hell's going on? It's kind of beautiful in that way. How's the bear going? It's kind of miserable. I'm getting, I'm getting homesick for the ability to sidestep. It's really frustrating. Real Tekken is when you lose to someone doing the same shit everyone else does, and you say this isn't real Tekken. So true. And you want to know what's even crazier than all that chatter? What's really going on is the plight of every single fighting game ever. The frustration that you feel when you're not playing real Tekken can be extrapolated outwards to every single fighting game for all time. You're getting put in throw loops in Street Fighter 6, and you're going, this isn't real Street Fighter. Bitch, what the fuck was going on in Street Fighter 2? Have you played that video game? Have you been put in the Balrog blender? We've been doing this shit for 30 years. This isn't just like a... This has been real Street Fighter forever. You're getting knowledge checked by plus frames and like it's all just an on-block video game. We've been doing that shit since Tekken 3. King from Tekken 1 is saying hello as he's like plus 1,000,000 on your block. Honest neutral only exists in footsies. Who did you play in previous Tekkens? Heihachi. I played Heihachi in... Well, I played Heihachi in 7 and 3, and those are the only Tekkens I play. I didn't play like Tekken Tag 2 or any of that shit. Mostly because I didn't have a console that like had Tekken ever. Like obviously I had like a PlayStation 1 and I remember having a PlayStation 2, but like if I actually have to recall anything that happened on that console, it's like I watched Spider-Man 2 on that system, and I think that might be the most value that I got out of it, which quite frankly might be all the value that you need. Hello? What the fuck? I was pressing down back. What happened? I was holding... Okay, so I was holding back. I was holding back. And then I was holding... What the fuck do you mean? Brian players need to be Oh, what do you mean you're one and done in that? What the fuck? I need to know what the hell that was. Why did that work? I'm not gonna go back and I'm not gonna... Obviously, I'm not gonna watch the replay and actually learn. I'm a fucking low-level fighting game player that pretends that he's a high-level fighting game player. You think that I'm actually here to learn shit? But what the fuck was that? Those wake-up situations are fucked in Tekken 8. They changed how ground-hitting moves situations worked. I've noticed that, like, a lot of things that feel like an unblockable setup just aren't in this game. So, you know, replay takeover. You know, if I wasn't so committed to the bit... There isn't really a bit, this is just kind of like who I am. If I wasn't so committed to being stubborn about not watching replays back and actually learning this video game, then I would definitely do a replay takeover. That would be a genius idea. But I'm here to complain about shit and then not learn the solution. So thank you for your input, but I'm gonna get that ass banned. May I suggest tech roll? May I suggest you perish? It's insane to me that Victor's this move, that's only -9 on block? Like, what the hell are we doing here? Can we please make it so that this character can have moves that are actually punished if they just get blocked? I didn't mean to do a nostalgia critic, like, fast-moving gif, but you're supposed to be able to 10-frame punish the pistol shot, and it just, he went under the duck the gun in the string. I know that I can duck the gun in the string, but also I can shoot the gun in the string, and it didn't... What the hell? Like, he's -10, so you can shoot the thing. Am I wrong? Am I stupid? Have they found, like, counter tech? What the fuck was that? You keep playing the bad. This is true. I do go, what the fuck am I doing in this game? And then pick a character that can't sidestep. So... realistically, who is at fault here? Who do I think is cooler, King or Yoshi? I mean, quite frankly, if you're playing King at this point, something is wrong. Something needs to be changed in your life. I wouldn't say that about Tekken 7 King as well. I think Tekken 7 King is fucking sick. But the moment that you give the characters these, like, stupid little situations where it's like, I'm gonna be plus here because I pressed the big blue button, he just turned into the most ridiculously frustrating character, because it's just like, at least once around, I'm gonna have to coin flip 40% of my life bar. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Tekken 7 King was sick, his neutral was so fun. It was fun to play against as well. It wasn't just like, oh, this is like fun to play as. It was sick. I want you to shoot the gun again. I want to know what went wrong. Shoot the gun at me. I get the feeling that you're watching. Shoot the gun at me. Thank you for shooting the gun at me. Why did it not work? Why did it not work before? Also, now I know that you're definitely in chat. Who the fuck are you? Who is this? Is it Simply Flicks again? Am I going to time him out again? Blame Wi-Fi? Oh, you are on Wi-Fi. It was me? Most sufferable Twitch chatter spotted? Oh my god. Hey. Hey, take this. Hey, have you considered holding this? I will join the Flicks bandwagon. I blame him. Simply Flicks got, like, the really bad role of being the first person in chat, and so I've kind of oriented the whole stream around bullying him. Bullying them. I'd say I'm sorry, but realistically it makes the stream a little bit better, and so I'm kind of not. I'm not saying bring back bullying, but I do think that it's good when we have someone to antagonize in the chat. That's the beauty of, like, slime streams and modern Northern Lion streams. The moment that someone's, like, annoying, it's just like, we're gonna shoot that guy, and we're gonna shoot them repeatedly. It's pretty cool. Bullying is great. I'm not gonna say that because I don't agree with it, but given the circumstance, I will reciprocate the actions that would constitute that kind of thing. I'm using big words today. Is something wrong with me? Have I suffered a stroke? I think I had a seizure yesterday. I don't know how to describe it. It was like I was very tired, but this is only a kind of a bit. It was like I was very tired, but you know how, like, when you're really tired, it kind of feels like you're a little bit sick, like, you know, nausea, and you're a little dizzy. This kind of felt like it was like an injury. And I was like, something's something's not right. Maybe I should go to the, GP, ER? But then I thought about it and I went, well, maybe it's Betty Buys instead. And so I went Betty Buys and I went, you know what, that'll be fine. And you know what, I feel completely fine now. I wouldn't say I feel great, but I feel, you know, I feel completely subpar. It's incredible. The things that a little bit of nap time can do for a man. You had a seizure a bit ago, nostalgia critic style. I don't know what that means, unless you mean when I, like, freaked out about the fact that the fucking gunshot didn't hit. Which, realistically, I feel like I'm justified in being frustrated by. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Works on people, too. I don't think that that's, like, the wisest idea. Typically speaking, when you turn people off, they either don't turn back on, or I don't know, I'm struggling to get to it. I'm trying to get to a point where the joke becomes giving people the ick, where turning it off becomes like turning people off in a different context. You get the bit. Leon, there's a fighting game happening. I don't know if you noticed. There's awful shit happening all the time. I don't need to pay attention to the fighting game. I can just read chat and go, this is already a hard enough matchup. Fuck this. I like the stream title today, boss. What is it? I don't remember what it is. Oh, it's the one where Naruto Shippuden Lars. True. It sounds like you were sleep deprived. Yeah, it's not like actually like serious. I'm sure that it was just like, oh, you're like really tired. But, you know, I like to employ a little bit of hyperbole here and there. You see they're bringing back multiverses? I mean, I knew that they were like, yeah, it's the end of the beta, by the way, but it's like, I don't think that game has even maybe 3 months in it, if I'm being completely honest. It might be one of those games where it has an extremely high fan base among, like, normie streamers for, like, a week, and then somehow manages to sustain that for, like, 3 months, and then completely goes offline forever. Me, when multiverses has... Well, this isn't really a me when. Hold on a second. Run it back. Don't include the me when. Multiverses showing shades of Omega Strikers from multiverses. Very bold of them to choose a dead game to base their entire extremely expensive multi-IP franchise off of. I respect the attempt. I really do. I'm hungry. I need like a Big Mac in me. It's ridiculous that I worked at McDonald's for 3-4 years, and I still think about the tempting allure of like a Big Mac. This isn't like a hashtag ad, but I think that it's more like a indictment of McDonald's, realistically. I think when I was working at McDonald's, they implanted a worm in my brain. Because while I was working there, and this might be a sign that, you know, either I was very mentally ill, or the job was awful, or both. But while I was working there, I would constantly, like, think about the possibility that I was being, like, drugged while I was at work. And so I felt willing to go back to work the next day. Because I would be at work and I would be like, I'm having a horrible time. And then like 2 days would pass and I'd be like, I can't wait to go back to work. And I'm like, something is wrong with me. Something's like actually wrong. And so then I would get back into work and I'd be like, why was I happy to come into work? Something is going wrong. There's a conspiracy going on here. But I think that brainworm has kind of like disappeared and through evolution has become an intense need for like a Big Mac once every 2 weeks. And I'm like, this is miserable. I don't even really eat beef anymore. And I'm still extremely salt-pilled Ronald Cell. You're free? True. Surprisingly enough, the statement "you're free" both applies to my resignation from McDonald's and also my ability to play fighting games at a competitive level. Beeping Friar's hypnosis? Holy shit. The first day that I worked at McDonald's, when I left work, and I think this is like a fairly common experience. The first day that I left work at McDonald's, I couldn't stop hearing the fryer beep. Like, for a solid 6 hours after I had left work, I could only hear the fryer. And I think that should have been a sign that I was in hell. But then I just kept going for 4 years because I went, well, there's no other jobs near me, so I fucking guess. But look at the world now. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that, like, my next job after YouTube might be, like, a completely remote job where I pretend for 40 hours a day that I have a professional understanding of video editing and that I didn't just make YouTube videos. Fast food workers absolutely develop PTSD. I'm pretty sure that some people do. I definitely have, like, light... I'm not saying that I was on the fucking front lines of, like, a serious problem. But I definitely still have, like, a little bit of, like, repressed trauma from working at McDonald's. Tinnitus, but for fast food workers. Very true. Mods, get a psychoanalysis on this guy. So true. I'll +2 that. I'm really trying to force +2 adoption into the chat. I would describe myself as like a social chameleon in real life, in that I don't really have a personality of my own. Not in like a derogatory sense or like a self-deprecating sense, but like, you know, I'm very reluctant to speak my own mind, but I'll happily reciprocate whatever you think. But I think that also gets injected into like how I want to run a stream or like how I think about YouTube videos, because everything that I think of is like filtered through the lens of how would I enjoy this if I was like watching it in a librarian video. It's kind of awful. I don't even remember enabling that emote, the one with the silly cat. What the fuck? I used to work in a grocery store deli, and I get slightly upset every time I walk by that section of the store now. That's fair. There's a strip right by the McDonald's that I used to work at. That every single time I walk by it, I get like a very distinct flashback of a day that I very almost quit 2 minutes before my shift started. Because I had just come off of... This was, like, illegal as well, by the way. I had literally just come off of a night shift, and then they wanted me to go with, like, 12 hours changeover into another shift that is, like, a completely different time period. And I was so tired that I, like, could hardly function. Like, I was walking into work, and I was like, I'm gonna fall over. I didn't, because, you know, I was 20 at the time, and so my body was a bit more resilient. But I don't know, maybe 20-year-old me should have taken the shot and been like, you know what, fuck this stupid fucking company. Typical content creator trying to make content better, so silly. Me going, what if instead of making new videos, I spent 5 months making one video and doing shit that is completely unnecessary for no fucking reason. You know, the next video is gonna have like a partly custom soundtrack, because I went, you know what if I learned FL Studio? What if I learned to make my own songs? And it's like, they're awful. They're only gonna work as like background music. But for some reason I felt the need to, instead of make it so that videos come out frequently enough that I'm financially like lucrative, or as the kids would say, making sure that I'm liquid. What if I made it so that everything takes infinitely fucking long? What if I did that? What if I just, what the fuck, silenced for mentioning YouTube OST? Well, that's actually like kind of the idea behind it. I have a theory that if you use like video game music, you're more likely to have videos do poorly in the algorithm. And so my theory is the less video game music that I can include, maybe the better. Do you know what I'm saying? Ideas that require 250% more effort. The thing is, the ideas don't require 250% more effort. My brain just goes, what if we put in more effort for zero fucking reward? If you ever, like, look at the state of content creation and go, why is everything dog shit? Let me tell you, it's because there's no fucking reason to put effort into making videos when you can just do a topic that you know people like for less effort, because all of the financial incentive for a video is not that people like it, it's that people click on it. And familiar topics done at a decent frequency in a format that people already understand is much more successful than doing interesting, innovative things. Look at the fucking Defunctland video where it was like, I'm gonna do a musical orchestra for an hour about a defunct theme park. It's like, yeah, you know the topic, but also it's so out there in its concept that it bombed. And it's like, that's definitely the most expensive and impressive video that he's ever made. And it's like flopped insanely hard. And it's not his fault. It's because like algorithms are just kind of like fucked. And it's also not it's also simultaneously not the viewer's fault. And it's not the content creator's fault. It's just like nobody is really at fault here. It's a situation that is like blameless, and that's the worst thing out of all of it. The same 3 songs on every video. Let's go. I love it when Animal Crossing OST. Yes! That one song from Wind Waker. Pog! I've talked in detail about this during the Exodus. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think I'm starting to feel a little bit insulted by the concept of a video essay. Not because that's like a reasonable thing, but in my brain, I've started to like, my brain has started to do the thing that it's done with anime, which is also like incredibly stupid and media illiterate of me. But it takes the like format and considers it like a problem that it exists within a format, which is maybe the stupidest thing that I could think, but also is undeniably what I'm doing in my mind. Hbomberman and Core A gaming videos. I like Hbomberman. Hbomberman and Core A gaming videos are always mad good at baiting in viewers with more widely appealing topics and then mixing those kids the fuck up. That's true. I agree. Also, my mind kind of blanked out. Maybe that was the stroke. Try that European rage art on me again and I'll fucking kill you. I'll make sure that I pull up your shirt and I need to stop actively trying to harass real people. Not like, wait, hold on. Restart the whole sentence? That sounds awful. I need to stop threatening people that I've never met and don't know over like decisions in a video game. Like a month ago, I was like, somebody would hit me with some bullshit and I'd be like, I hope that you're having a lovely day. That situation has annoyed me, but you're probably fine as a person. And I was so happy for it. I don't know what the fuck happened. I took 3 weeks off because I'm a moron. And I'll fucking kill you. Okay, wait, hold on a second. SDKFGC types in the chat, yo, I didn't know you stream. Here's the important bit. I saw you in Slime's chat last night. No, you didn't, viewer. You saw me in Slime's chat this morning. I was up at 5 a.m. because I'm dumb as shit. -2, please fix your schedule. I'm fucking trying. My face one, everyone isn't NA. Well, I mean, like, even if you're European, that's like a bit like excessive. It's like you're really like waking up at 5 in the morning and going, yippee! Time to watch like a 33-year-old man get very angry at Tekken. And for as much as I can like acknowledge that like that's a little bit ridiculous right now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it again tomorrow morning. Like, let's be completely honest here. I definitely went to bed watching the Coney stream where he decided to get a trophy in every single Mario sports game and then woke up and continued to watch the stream because what I assume he thought was going to be like a 4-hour stream turned into a 13-hour stream. Funniest shit I've ever fucking seen on Twitch as well. I fucking love when Coney is just like, yeah, fucking, I've committed to the bit and so it doesn't matter how long it takes. I'm finishing the challenge I put in front of myself. And then it's like hours and hours and hours later. Coney's a real gamer. He fucking is. Coney is one of those people where I forget that he's really, really good at video games. You see that he got into red ranks in 2 days on King? And I'm like, how's this guy so fucking talented? It's almost like he was like a almost top 10 role player. Was he almost top 10? I know he was like top 30 at one point. He's purple now? Oh my days. Okay. Purple in 5 days. Purple in 5? What the fuck? This guy's nuts. He got to a higher rank than me in Street Fighter. I capped out at plat something? One of the like the higher end. No. I think it was like plat 5. Something. I don't remember. Somewhere in plat is where I like capped out in Street Fighter 6. He hit diamond and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Can we acknowledge that Kuma got, like, one of the most insane movesets that he's ever had, and he sucks ass? It's kind of, like, insanely depressing. I looked at Kuma and I went, he's got an electric. He's got to be good. And then, what do you know? He's still bottom tier. Ooh, King of the Get Fucked tournament? Is that you? Are you the lead guy? Are you the King of Fucked tournament? Can I get an autograph? Can you shake my hand? Get fucked. Double fuck you. Oh my god, somebody pull up this guy's shirt. Do you still feel the same about Strive as you did on release? I don't... This isn't like I'm doing a slime bit, but I don't care. Like, it's not even that, like, oh, I don't like Strive, I do like Strive. I don't care. And that's not me trying to, like, shit on you. That's me just trying to be like, I don't care. What kind of brown beverage was that? Sewage water. It was Coca-Cola. And again, I'm not trying to live like Northern Lion vicariously, but it was Coke Zero, you know? Like, the thing about, like, watching influencers is that the really egregious ones will never actually influence you. It's the ones that you don't even realize you're, like, taking things from that will influence you the hardest. Now 2 bold Tekken streamers don't care about me. Pog. That's not what I mean! I don't mean, like, I don't care. Well, okay, I don't care about you. Let's not get parasocial about this shit. But, like, I mean, like, the topic has come up so many times, and I'm so out of the loop as to what has happened to Strive that I can't care. Like, it would be like if you asked me what I thought of, like, Synecdoche, New York. Like, I haven't seen it. Why would I ever give a shit? I know that people like it. I know that Strive players complain about Strive all the time, but then again, like, that's what every fighting game player does with their game of choice, so... Wouldn't it be cool if I learnt a more optimal combo than whatever this shit is? Why does everyone get hit by it? Everyone gets hit by that setup. It's not even really a setup. The funny button keeps working. Why stop? Because it stops being funny to me. Also, I was about to, like, BM this guy, but then I realized that I'm becoming the thing that I hate, where somebody finds out that you don't know how to deal with one move and then just does it over and over and over and over again. I was just gonna keep doing back 2-1. Back 2-1? Back forward 2-1. Whatever the fuck, I don't know. Unethical wins. That's true. That's true. I'm truing. If it helps, I love every one of your vids. They come up often at drunk after parties after locals. You get to go to locals? What the fuck? I genuinely thought that, like, COVID, and I think it kind of has in England. I might just be, like, way out of the loop. But I'm pretty sure that, like, COVID completely killed offline locals. Like, you go to a weekly and it's like, well, you don't really go to a week. There's fuck all going on like a Thursday. There's locals in London. Yeah, but wasn't like the Street Fighter 6 local like fucking 4 people recently? I host the locals. Holy based. We love somebody who actually actively contributes to the community. Meanwhile, I'm sat there going, what if I took 5 months to make a video that I financially benefit from? Our locals cook in Canada. I know that your locals in Canada cook, because for some reason, I've, like, surrounded myself with, like, internet micro-celebrities that all go to Canadian locals together. And I'm like, how the fuck has this happened? Like, Super Rad and Billy from Please Stop Talking and Boo, it's like they all go to the same local. And I'm like, what the hell are we doing here? Why am I, like, familiar with your local? Somebody showed up to the local and was like, tell Leon that I'm the brown one. And I'm like, I can't reciprocate that. That's racist if I start calling you the brown one. Like, you can't give me that pass. That's not good. Our locals have Soul Calibur too. Holy. Moving to Canada arc. We can't keep running the Northern Lion bit that much. Come on now. I wish they gave Kuma crouch dash and heat. That would fill my heart with joy, if I'm being completely honest. Am I the only one that loves 2D fighters but can't get my head around 3D games even though I like Tekken? I'm gonna say no. I think there's a lot of people that play 2D games, like 2D fighters, that seem to struggle with 3D fighters, but I also don't necessarily think that that's like a... How do I describe this? Like, for example, I can't play Virtua Fighter even though I can play Tekken. Like, I know Tekken. Like, maybe it's not very obvious. And maybe, like, you know, I would get put up against Leffen and he would be like this fucking stupid Kuma that just knowledge check bullshits me. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. But I know Tekken, but that doesn't mean that I can play Virtua Fighter. I think that 3D games, generally speaking, are not that transferable relative to 2D fighters. Like today, I've never played... Well, I mean, I haven't never played Missing Link, but I haven't played Missing Link a lot. And you know how long it took me to learn a Missing Link Infinite today? 30 seconds. Now, admittedly, it's a very simple Infinite. But also, you know, I learned it so quickly because I have a transferred skill from playing so many other 2D fighters. One thing that I need to do when I'm streaming is I need to keep my head on the back of the fucking headphones. I'm like straining my neck. I'm like a giraffe trying to lean into the trees for some delicious, delicious fruit. I don't really know what giraffes eat, but I'm straining my neck trying to read chat. Because I have, let's just call it what it is. It's gamer posture. I don't mean to call you out whilst also like talking down on myself, but let's be real. But then when I'm all the way back here, look at how I like look on the camera. I feel like I'm like Mr. Lazy Boy, but I'm like having to think real fucking hard against this new boy because I'm like, damn, I only got a round left. And my ass does not know what the fuck's going on. Like, am I low here? Do I block here? What do I do? Neck problems? True. I'm here now. You're here now. We're all here now. -2, I hate this. I mean, if you want to be like, you know, my streamer is up in my ears, it's like, well, buddy, you're gonna hate it when one day I finally figure out how to do decent audio. You're gonna fucking hate it. Also, is the game loud as hell, by the way? I keep forgetting that I haven't updated my sound settings. And I keep looking over, the bar is all wrong. We get the interrupt. Nah, it's fine. Nah, it's fine. Nah, it's fine. I'm gonna turn it down anyway. Next time, check your own ego before you try and correct my preconceived idea, actually. And you might be going, what the fuck? You asked me a question and I'm just trying to help? Type that shit in chat. Get that ass banned. I'll do it. Bro thinks he's slime. There's no need to call me out. Stop asking stupid F#**IN questions. I think we're mostly all adults here. You can swear. It's fine. Unless it's like, you know, it's an affront to God. The Tower of Babel was not made so that we could curse the Lord's name in vain. Then, you know, fair enough. But otherwise, it's okay. You can say it. I give you the pass. You ever notice how there's absolutely 0 English towns that are worth visiting? You know, for as much as, like, English people especially, and maybe this is English, like, language bias. For as much as English people like to, like, shit on Americans because it's like they have, like, no culture. Realistically, the culture between, like, English cities is not that different between them all. Let's be honest. You end up in Newcastle, it's like there's a lot of Gregs everywhere. You end up in Southampton, and it's like there's still kind of a lot of Gregs everywhere. Unless it's like you're talking about London, in which case, what is your culture? Your culture is that you have a lot of people that have way too much money and a lot of people that can't leave London because they're spending too much money on rent. Whereas you look at everywhere else in England, and it's like, look at how diverse we are. We have a million different accents, like, going on from the south to the north, and it's like, that's crazy. What are you all doing, all of your towns? And everyone says in unison, we go to Spoons and we go to Greg's. And I just think that there's, like, a little bit of hypocrisy there from the English complaining about Americans all having the same culture, when ultimately we have the same culture everywhere as well. We're just in denial about it. Some places got no Greg's, they got whites. I mean, yeah, but it's not really England, is it? If you're, like, a town that has more Pretz than you do Greg's, then, like, you're not really a part of England. You're more like a class traitor, but without, like, a national identity. You go out in London into a bar and you're gonna get ripped off everywhere. So true. I agree. I remember going on... I've only ever been on one night out in London because it's just too expensive. And none of my friends or me could afford it. But we had one night out in London. We got one drink. Well, not one drink, but like we got a round between all of us. It was like a... It wasn't a Jaeger bomb, but it was something like equally as like disposable as a Jaeger bomb. 4 Jaeger bombs. 60 quid. It was like, what the fuck are we doing here? Get me the fuck out of here. And so you know what? That was the first time that I've been in a club for like more than like an hour entirely sober. Because it was just like, I'm not paying for that shit again. And quite frankly, in London, even the convenience stores are expensive. And so we just said, well, you know what? We're going to enjoy some tunes and call it there. London club be like. It was just kind of like a little bit of a culture shock as well, because we'd just come back from like a tournament in, well, we hadn't just come back, but this was like a month between. A tournament in Wales, where we were paying like £1.50 for a Jaeger bomb. And keep in mind, this was like 2016, so it's not like, holy shit, this was last week. The economy was doing well enough that that's like a almost justifiable price for a Jaeger bomb. But it was just insane to me to go from so expensive to so cheap. I'm a big fan of your content on YouTube. Is there a Tekken 8 video on the way? Would love to see your opinion. I don't think there will be, because for the most part, my opinion is it's just Tekken 7 again. But it's pretty fun, and I'm kind of fine with that. Like, I don't really have like a strong... Like, I've got a strong opinion on it, but I'm just like, I don't really want to fucking deal with... This is the problem with like reviewing... or like talking about your opinion about fighting games with like a decent platform, is you'll make an argument that's like, Tekken 8 is really fun, but I think there's a few too many opportunities for like turn stealing and armored moves. I don't think that it's a very fun situation to play around. And then people will go, well, here's the solution. Like, that's the thing that I was complaining about. People misinterpret the conversation around opinions on fighting games as you don't know how to play the video game. Like, no, I know the solution. That's not how opinions work. I can know the plot of a story and not like it. I can know how to deal with a situation and go, this situation isn't fun. But a lot of the time when you, like, talk about opinions surrounding fighting games, people conflate the two. And so I'm just like, well, I'd rather not. But if you want my opinion, it's pretty fun. It's kind of just Tekken 7 on steroids in some ways that I think are fun, some ways that I think are a bit shit. I can see myself at least putting like, I don't know, like 200 hours into it, which quite frankly is pretty good for any video game. But if you're like a true fighting game virgin, maybe that's an indictment that it's a terrible video game to you. But personally speaking, I think the 200 hours is like already excessive as it is. Is it going to be my game of the year? Fuck no. Balatro is like right there on my hard drive. But am I very, very happy with the money that I spent on it? Yes. Which is like not something that I can say for the last couple of fighting games that I've played. So, absolutely miserable that any chance of Uni 2 doing well got absolutely shafted by the fact that this video game came out, but we're living this best life, I guess. I think people are just hungry to be knowledgeable and seek to flex their niche micro interactions as much as they can. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how other people think. Maybe people have good intentions, and maybe people just genuinely don't listen to what people are saying. But at the end of the day, I've got no takeaway from the end of that. I don't know why Shindin is saying, let's go Dragonov. If you're so excited to see a Dragonov win, go and find a fucking Dragonov streamer. Somebody pull up Shindin's shirt right now. Show me the tummy. I was so hyped for Uni, but my hype just died instantly when everyone around my skill level stopped playing because of the issues in the game. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. This is like the issue with kind of like this emerging problem that comes along with every single system-heavy fighting game, where the barriers between somebody who is good and somebody who is, like, bad get brought up really fucking fast and take a long time to break down. This is why whenever, anytime someone is like, oh, Xrd is on sale, should I buy it? I'm like, it's really good. I don't know if you should buy it. You know, it's the most fun I have probably ever had with a fighting game. Also, it is an insane knowledge sink and incredibly frustrating to play if you don't already know all of the situations. And it's not like a thing that can be solved with, oh, well, like, you know, just like buy it with a friend. Because they're also not going to know what the fuck's going on. And there's a lot of things that you need to learn before it's really fun. Is Melee second? Maybe? Melee might be first. I don't know. It's kind of... My opinion on what fighting game is best kind of like flip-flops around. Some months is X-Hard, some months is Melee, some months is Third Strike. I love Third Strike. Third Strike's so good. Oh, my brain's pooted out. Okay, this is the last set. My brain has like flopped for some reason. Hey, what if I did spring kicks? Oh shit. I'm annoyed with how quickly Uni died out in terms of ranked net play. That kind of killed my... I'm also with you on that. Like, I'm on team ranked needs to be populated for me to really give a shit. I don't know what it is. I know, you're still playing the same game. Who gives a shit? Your PNG, your virtual points, blah, 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 blah. But, like, I don't know. I need the number to go up. And if the number isn't going up, it's like, well, I can still have a good time, but am I going to come back and turn it on tomorrow? Probably not. Let me be real with you. I need those virtual numbers. Now we have a number go up the game. It's Balatro. We do. Once you have to go on Discord for a match, the game is dead to me. So, like, I super respect the people that are running Discord fighters, but, like, am I really going to be the person that gets heavily invested in a Discord fighter? Not really. Scrimbless Bimbless? What a fucking tag. We love that. Incredible Twitch name. VIP that guy. Damn, I'm just kind of like holding back and dying for it. That's fucked up. Okay, that was video games. Hope everyone enjoyed. I don't really have like a send-off. Have a, you know, enjoy a explosion.